Hello friends, my name is Himani. Today in this video I am going to discuss about National Trust Act 1999 along with these different schemes covered under National Trust Act, especially for the welfare of persons with disabilities. So first discuss about National Trust Act 1999. Basically this act covers only 4 disabilities that are mental retardation, that is intellectual disability, cerebral palsy, multiple disabilities, and the last one is autism spectrum disorder. And its main objective is to empower the person with disabilities to live as independently as possible within the family, neighborhood, society, and at the broader level in the community, to deal with the problems of persons with disabilities who do not have family support. So this act promote measures for the care and protection of persons with disabilities in the event of death of their parents or guardians. Also to facilitate, to assist, to help out these persons with disabilities to realize their equal opportunities, protection of their rights, and full participation in any of the field they want, to provide some basic services like to provide homes to orphans, to adults, provide vocational trainings, skill trainings, etc. etc. So basically these are the objectives of National Trust Act. Now discuss about different disabilities covered under National Trust Act one by one. So first is autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a developmental disorder that affects communication and behavior. It can be diagnosed at any age, but still it is said to be developmental disorder. Why? Because its major symptoms generally shows in the first 2 years of life. The persons who are having autism spectrum disorder shows repetitive and ritualistic behavior, and also they get stuck with their time planner which are set. And it is said to be spectrum. Why autism is said to be spectrum disorder? Because it covers a wide variety and severity the person may experience. One person who is having ASD is differ from the other, and the other is differ from the third one. So every person who is having autism spectrum disorder may differ from the other because of type and severity of symptoms they have. Our next disability covered under National Trust Act is mental retardation. Now it is termed as intellectual disability. Intellectual disability is a disability that is characterized by significant limitation in both intellectual functioning and adaptive behavior that covers in social, behavioral, conceptual, and adaptive skills. It originates before the age of 18. As we all know that the average IQ of a person lie between 90 to 110. 70 is said to be borderline, and below 70 is categorized as intellectually disabled persons. So the next disability covered under National Trust Act is cerebral palsy, that is CP. Here the word cerebral is related to the brain and palsy is related to the problem or weakness in using the muscles. Hence the term cerebral palsy is a group of disorders that affects a person's ability to move and maintain balance and posture. It is a common locomotor disability in childhood. It is caused due to the abnormal development of the brain and damage to the developing brain that affects a child's movement to control his or her muscles. So cerebral palsy is a group of distinctive disorders. Hence, cerebral palsy is a disability in which a person is unable to do or to perform day-to-day tasks or distinctive activities associated with the movement. So our last disability covered under National Trust Act is multiple disabilities. Multiple disabilities is a disabilities in which a combination of two or more disabilities which causes severe educational needs which can't be catered with special education needs. The concomitant impairments, like the person who is having mental retardation, along with mental retardation he is also having visually impairment, then it comes under multiple disabilities. There are various examples come under multiple disabilities, like speech. With the issue of speech, a person who is having cerebral palsy or locomotor disability. So children with multiple disabilities will have a combination of various disabilities that may include visual impairment, hearing impairment, intellectual disability, and learning disability, and possibly others. Persons with multiple disabilities may have severe educational needs that cannot be accommodated with special education programs, and also severe health and medical issues that may prevent or hinder them to perform in daily life activities, in learning process, that may create hindrance in their education, in their day-to-day activities, in their social participation. So this is the basic idea about these four disabilities come under National Trust Act 1999. Now I am going to discuss about different schemes covered under National Trust Act for the benefit or the welfare of the persons with disabilities who are having any of these four disabilities or the combination of any of the disabilities. The schemes like Gharonda, Gyan Prabha, Prerna, Sahyogi, and etc. These are the schemes under National Trust. Now discuss one by one. So the first scheme is Disha, that is for early intervention in school readiness scheme for children in the age group of 10 years. It is for early intervention for persons with disabilities through therapies, trainings, and providing support to family members. The Disha centers should provide daycare facilities to persons with disabilities covered under National Trust Act for at least 4 hours in a day. The next scheme is Samarth. It is for respite care. Samarth scheme is to provide respite home for orphans, family in crisis, and also for PWDs covered under National Trust Act. Aims at setting up Samarth centers for providing group home facility for all age groups, that is for all age groups, and provide provision for providing basic medical care from professional doctors. The next scheme of NTA is Gharonda, that is group home for adults. It provides an assured home and minimum quality of care services throughout the life of the persons with disabilities like autism, cerebral palsy, intellectual disability, and multiple disabilities. Gharonda centers should provide vocational activities, pre-vocational activities, and assistance for further training. Next is provision of basic medical care from professional doctors under Gharonda scheme. The next scheme is Nirame for health insurance scheme. It provides affordable health insurance to persons with disabilities. The beneficiaries get a health insurance cover up to ₹10 lakh, include OPD treatment, medicines, diagnostic tests, etc. Alternative medicine and transportation costs are also given under Nirame scheme. The next scheme is Sahyogi for caregiver training scheme. It helps to provide training to caregivers to provide adequate and nurturing care for persons with disabilities and their families who require it. Provide training at 2 levels, that is on secondary level, that is on primary level, and advanced level. The next sixth scheme is Gyan Prabha. This scheme is for educational support to encourage PWDs for pursuing educational and vocational courses like graduation courses, of professional courses, and vocational training. Encourage to involve in employment or self-employment. Provide specific amount per course which generally cover Fees, transportation, books, etc. are all expenses. Next and the last is Prerna for marketing assistance to create widespread channels. For sale of products and services produced by persons with disabilities covered under National Trust Act 1999. So these are some schemes covered under National Trust Act, but some schemes are still remaining which are not covered in this video. Hope you guys get a general idea about National Trust Act 1999 and related schemes. Thank you.